estimates and projections in cohort and pre-period studies, construction of life tables, preparing health indicators such as infant mortality rate, neonatal mortality rates, post-neonatal mortality rate, maternal mortality rate, etc. Starting points in retrospective epidemiological studies. Next, public health programs in the absence of morbidity data or for health education. Next, maternal and child health services for planning and evaluation, fertility data in family planning. These are the uses of vital records. Next, measures of fertility, crude birth rate, general birth rate, age-specific birth rate, total birth rate, gross reproduction rate, net reproduction rate are the measures of fertility. First, crude birth rate. This is the simplest method in fertility. That is, total number of live births registered during the calendar year is divided by the total mid-year or total population in the middle of the year as on 1st July. That is multiplied by a constant that is usually it is taken as 1000. This is what crude birth rate. Usually it is the ratio of total number of registered live births among residents in the area during a calendar year to the total mid-year estimated population of the same area, also multiplied by 1000. Crude birth rate advantages. Simplest and commonest measures on fertility easily calculated. Limitations. The entire population is in the denominator whereas all members of the population do not contribute equally to the births. In spite of its limitation, it is widely used due to the availability of data. Next, general fertility rate. GFR. Usually we call it as a GFR. Avoid some of deficiencies of CBR, that is crude birth rate, by changing denominator from total population to number of women in the reproductive age group, usually 15 to 49 years. So the formula becomes number of total registered live births of residents in a community in a year divided by total female population aged 15 to 49 is multiplied by 1000. This is what the formula for GFR. Then advantage of GFR is given here. Can be computed in situation which the registration of the births and the enumeration of the population are satisfactory, but where direct evidence of births by age of the patient is lacking. Age-specific birth rate or fertility rate. One of the most important determinants of the fertility of a population is the age of the mother. Refinement, overall fertility measure is obtained by distinguishing the woman of the child bearing age according to their ages and similarly subdivided the birth according to the ages of the mothers. Age means the age of each parent at the time of birth. So AFSFR, maternal birth rates than paternal birth rates. It is defined as the number of births to the one of the specific age group or 1000 women in the age group, usually in 5 years interval. This is what the formula for age specific fertility rate. Next, total fertility rate. Total fertility rate means total number of live births registered during the year to mothers of the age I, where I is an interval of 1 year, is divided by mid-year female population in the same age group is multiplied by 1000. This is what the formula for total fertility rate. Next, gross reproduction rate. A special case of total fertility rate that we call it as a gross reproduction rate. Only distinction is the numerator of GRR, that is gross reproduction rate, is based on female births instead of total births. Total fertility rate measures the total number of children a cohort of women will have. General reproductive rate measures the number of daughters it will have. This rate is of considerable experience in demographic theory as it shows the extent to replace themselves as far as the fertility level is concerned. GRR shows the average number of female children born to women living through the childbearing ages, assuming no mortality. And the formula is the number of female infants born to mothers of age X is divided by number of women of age X in the multi-year population is multiplied by 1000. This is what the formula. And the limit, usually we have taken the lower and upper limits of the childbearing period. This is what the formula for general reproduction rate. Next, net reproduction rate. This rate consists of a hypothetical cohort of women. Their deaths and their female births during their childbearing period is, that is 15 to 49 years. Net reproduction rate is a measure of the number of daughters that a cohort of the newborn girl babies will bear during their lifetime, assuming a fixed schedule of fertility rates and a fixed set of mortality rate. Net reproduction rate is a measure of the extent to which a cohort of newly born girls will replace themselves under given schedule of age-specific female of fertility and mortality. The formula for net reproduction rate is here the Fx denotes the age-specific female birth rate at age X. The NRR rate 1 means exact replacement. NRR above unity indicates that the population is more than replacing itself. The NRR below unity indicates that the population is not replacing itself. Now, NRR is always lower than GRR because it takes into account that some women die before completing their childbearing years. Next, child-woman ratio. To calculate child-woman ratio, we use the formula number of children under 5 or 0 to 4 years of age in a population is divided by number of women of childbearing age, that is 15 to 49, is multiplied by the constant 1000. So this is what the fertility rate. Next week we will discuss the mortality and morbidity cases. Thank you.